Hey everybody, Jake here. What we have here is a Kenmore oven and range, okay? And we have an issue with this. Basically what's happening is there's two sections. You have the top section here and you have the bottom section here. This section is getting hot. This section is not getting hot at all. The top part works fine. This works, but this does not work, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna diagnose the problem, find out exactly what parts are going to be needed to replace, and show you how to do it. Let's get started. By the way, guys, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. We have a lot of cool videos coming up ahead. What I'm going to show you on this oven is probably going to be very similar to any other oven, whether you have a Frigidaire, or you have an LG, or a GE. The concept is all the same. Back inside the stove here, inside the oven, what I want to point out to you is the heating burners, the elements. Okay, you have one here, you're going to have one up here. Okay, you see this right here? And there's also going to be one underneath this bottom, and that's for the broil. Okay, that one you can't see, but it's underneath this metal panel right here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the oven on, and we're going to show you that this section gets hot, and we're going to show you that this section does not get hot. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn the upper oven on first. We're going to test the upper oven, and we're going to show you that the burner gets hot. First thing you do with this oven is turn it on here. We're going to put it on bake. It's automatically set for 350, and we're going to preheat the oven by just simply hitting the start button. It's going to start at about 100, and it's eventually going to get hot, and when it hits the 350 degree point, then it's going to shut itself off, and it's going to keep the temperature steady at 350 degrees. So you can see the temperature is going up little by little, and if I leave this on long enough, it's going to get extremely hot in the top part of the oven. So let's just go ahead and shut it off. And now let's go ahead and test the bottom oven. We're also going to test the broil. Alright, so the lower oven is over here. Hit that button like that. We're going to hit bake. It automatically starts it at 350 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And so again, we're preheating the oven. It's set for 350. It's automatically going to start at about 100 degrees because that's the temperature of the inside of the oven right now. And little by little, it should come up to 350 degrees until it will automatically shut itself off when it reaches that temperature. That's the concept behind the thermostat. So we're going to wait, and we're going to see what happens. And you're going to see that in this case, the oven is just not getting hot. So I can sit and watch this for an hour if you like, but you're going to have to take my word for it. So let's go back over here. You can see we still have our hands on this burner, and in most cases, if you touch a burner after 3-4 minutes or 2-3 minutes of it being on, you're going to have a serious burn because it doesn't take that long for it to heat up. It should start to glow pretty quickly. Let's go back up to the top, and we're going to take a look and see it still says 100 right here, so we definitely have a problem. Okay, in the bake position on the bottom oven, you can see now the temperature is at 100 degrees, and what I'm going to do now is just put a little flame on the thermostat to see if we can get that temperature to go up. And let's see what happens here. And you can see that the temperature is quickly going up. I have a flame on the thermostat itself. I'm going to take the flame off. So remember, these ovens have a 240 volt supply line. So what we're going to do before we do anything else is we're going to pull the plug on this thing from the back, okay? We've already slid out the oven, and now I'm also going to show you that I've already taken the panel off the back of this oven. And most of these ovens are all the same. There's screws, and you're just going to pull the back panel off, and from the back panel you're going to be able to expose a number of things. This right here is the bottom oven heating element. You can see there's just two poles that come out through here, and you got these two blue wires that are connected to it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check continuity along the heating element to see if we have a burned out element or not. So once the electricity is pulled off away from the wall, we're going to disconnect the wire, and because we just want to check this heating element by itself. We're going to use our ohm meter, and we set it for continuity, and I'm just going to take a probe there and a probe there, and it's testing continuity. So the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to switch this thing over to 200, and now we're going to check for ohms. This is the resistance across the heating element, and it's giving us about 15 ohms, and that's about correct. Now we're going to check to see if we're actually getting power to this heating element by putting this wire back on. Remember, the plug is still out. Now I can go ahead and put my plug in. And we're going to set our voltmeter at 750. So we're going to go around to the front, and we're going to turn the oven on as if we're going to start it up on bake again. And we're going to come right to the back, and we're going to check to see if there's any volts or any power coming into that element. Alright, so once again we're going to take the probes after we've switched our multi-tester, and we're going to put one here and one here, and we're getting 0 volts into the heating element. So just to satisfy our curiosity, we're going to go ahead and take the multi-tester again, and we're going to check the top element, and you can see we're getting 241 volts into that heating element. So you can see the top one's getting power, but the bottom one was not getting power. We've already detected that the thermostat is working fine. We've determined that the heating element is fine. It's got continuity. There's power that can run straight through it, and it's got a certain amount of ohms, which is proving that the heating element is actually fine. But for some reason there's no power at all coming into the heating element. So that leads us to this area right here, which is a relay board which controls the power into this oven. So what do we do next? Well, I'm going to link in the description the 3 parts that you can purchase. You can either get a thermostat if you determine the thermostat's bad, you can replace these heating elements, or you can replace this board right here, and you can get your oven back up and running pretty quickly. Thank you for watching, everybody. If it was helpful, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, please share, and have a great day. Bye.